Greetings and welcome to Pickled Watermelon Rinds, a guilty pleasure podcast featuring Antie Joan and Ontie, providing our zesty and marginally mature take on current events, pop culture, and trends. Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, Antie Joan.
Hi, Auntie.
How are you this fine day?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm great, thanks.
You're welcome.
How's your week?
Pretty quiet, actually, and I'm liking it. How about you?
Excellent. Yeah, just had my friend's dog hang out with me for a little bit, a little Chihuahua. She's very cute. Killian and her tried to play tug of war, which was adorable. Killian's a big boy, folks. He's a 72-ish pound, technically a Korean Jindo mix, but I don't want to confuse everybody, so we just say white shepherd.
And see, I think he's got some Malamute or something.
Oh, he definitely does.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's part of the mix. He's got lots in him. He's got Shepherd, he's got Malamute. Korean Jindo is his primary breed, with Shepherd and Malamute, and I want to say Spaniel of some sort as well. Yes. So they played tug of war, and very briefly, but she was standing on his, like I said, she's a Chihuahua, and she was standing on his little bed.
I saw that.
And he pulled her, and the bed moved.
Good.
I thought it was hysterical.
Everybody takes over his poor bed.
Oh, no.
And he's such a gentleman.
He is very chivalrous, my little man.
I mean, my two kitty cats, when I keep them, and I've got his bed, they're right there. That or his crate, they'll take it over.
He is not really very
he's not an alpha dog.
Oh, he's not an alpha dog. No, he's not an alpha dog at all. But he's cute.
He's cute, and he's a sweet, sweet boy.
He is.
Man, can he sing. Oh, beautiful voice.
He sure can. He's downstairs somewhere. He's not even chewing on his bone up here. He'll probably be up later.
So the little girl left, huh?
Yes, the little girl left. And so Killian is just here with me, and he had Killian Day yesterday. We didn't do a lot, only because it was it's crappy. Even though it's sunnier out these days, it's still kind of gross and cold up here. What did we do? We played Find It, where I hid his treats around the house. We had extra snuggle time. We played tug of war. I shoveled the deck off the snow off the deck, and he came out and he was running around in the snow. So that was fun.
Oh.
And I think that was it. Then a little more snuggling. Always begin the day and end the day with snuggling. That's our thing. My baby boy.
I think you've said in the past that he doesn't like to do it for too long. Is that...
No, he can be kind of a brat in that respect. But sometimes on the couch, because it's not me fully wrapped around him like we are in bed, I can't help myself because he's a big boy and I just love him. But when we're on the couch, he will lay with like his head on my lap and me, petting him. He'll do that for much longer. But the true snuggle, that's usually pretty brief.
Now, see, I've seen where people have said that dogs don't like to be hugged.
Oh, he does. He's a
but not for long, though, does he?
Oh, no, but he knows what snuggle means, and he makes sure his back goes all the way down the length of me, and then I wrap my arms around him, and we stay like that for. I mean, when we say not long, it's not like a second or anything like that. It's probably a good couple of minutes. Then he's like, "All right, I'm hot. That's enough."
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Yeah, he's the boss with that. So that's fine. So that was about it. I don't think anything else really super exciting. I don't think I've left the house other than to get the mail. So
yeah, it sounds. Oh, wait, I did go to the grocery store. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting. Always exciting, especially when you see the bill.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. I guess I did cook quite a bit. I like to, cook a bunch of stuff and freeze a bunch of stuff. So I did do some of that this week too. So that was exciting. That was about the extent of my excitement.
Yeah, that's the excitement with some of us older gals.
I understand exactly.
Women of a certain age.
And
you know what? You take it when you can get it.
That's right.
The quiet weeks are the good ones.
That's right.
Welcome Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome
Well,
back.
yes.
They were now on to our segment called What We Are Watching.
Well, actually, I watched this the end of last year, I think,
Hmm.
and then it's been replayed recently on
Mm-hmm.
A&E and Hulu,
Okay.
and that is the Secrets of Playboy.
Oh, do
And they do.
tell.
Oh man, oh man. They start with, of course, the bunnies and the Playboy Club and all that, but most of it's an expose of what went on at the Hefner um, mansion, the Playboy mansion in California.
In the grotto.
Oh,
Ugh. That
I know.
place
Can
needs to
you
be
imagine?
disinfected.
One of the main contributors to this was Sandra Theodore,
Hmm.
who was Hefner's girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
formal girlfriend, public
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend from
Mm-hmm.
1976 to 1981.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for some of those in my generation, you can remember back to those days. And you can also remember before Sandra, there was Barbie Benton.
Mm-hmm.
And why she left, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, Sandra is very forthcoming about what was going on. And I, she probably mentioned this in the series, but I did a quick lookup of her, and she had originally, they said she was a Sunday school teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Supposedly, when she was like 20, was when she modeled for Playboy. Um, okay, what gets me is a lot of these women who they had on the show
Mm-hmm.
talked about, they were innocent, they were chosen because they were the girl next door, all that. And I can't help but think, even back then, I just didn't think that innocent girls would want to strip down and have their hoo-has printed for all the world to see. That's something that, I mean, as a young woman, I would not have entertained the idea of doing that. And I wasn't bad then. I mean, I had a halfway decent body. So that kind of conflicted me. But then they go on, Sandra goes on to talk about some of the parties they had and how as his girlfriend, they would all go out to the bars and stuff at night, clubbing. And
Mm-hmm.
she was told she needed to find girls to bring back to the mansion for guests, for Hugh, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Long story short, after watching that series, most of the women that they had on there as contributors
Mm-hmm.
were treated like slabs of meat, basically. And as a young woman, these women were held up to us as this is what you should try to be. This is what you should look like. If you have this appearance, then the whole world is yours. You can have a wonderful life. And then come to find out they were drugged up, they were passed around, they were treated like slabs of meat.
Kind of like human trafficking.
Exactly. And
Yikes.
and after watching that, it was like, I'm kind of glad I wasn't that kind of, I didn't look that beautiful. You know, I, I'm kind
Oh.
of glad. No, I'm glad I was just an ordinary woman. And when you see about, oh my gosh, some of their lives were ruined. And then you think, well, how come they didn't leave? Why did they stick around? And I just have to go back to that. They were so young. Some were 19, early
Mm-hmm.
20s, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't know. You just don't know what you can do, what you're entitled to at that age. At least we didn't then.
Mm-hmm.
So they also talked with Holly Madison, who was his
Mm-hmm.
one girlfriend that went on to do the what was it, the Girls Next Door or something like that,
I
where she
forget.
and two other women, two other
Mm-hmm.
Hugh's girlfriends
Mm-hmm.
would do all kinds of stuff on the show. I mean, funny stuff and things like that. And Holly didn't have too much good to say about Hugh either. So I think a lot of it's come out that um, it just wasn't what you thought. And of course, um, Bill Cosby was one of the regulars there.
Mm-hmm.
Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah, I remember when that show was on with Holly and
Mm,
Kendra, and I don't remember the
yeah,
third
yeah.
girl's name. They never, during the show, they had no bad words for
Right, right,
Hugh.
right.
And Holly was, what she called the main girlfriend,
Mm-hmm,
um,
mm-hmm.
for the longest time. And after the show finished, I think she was still Hugh's main girlfriend for a period of time. I don't know exactly how long. And then when she wasn't, that's when she started becoming a little bit more outspoken about what the true goings on um, within that house. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like, I'm not trying to put anyone down or anything like that. It just felt opportunistic a little bit. Not
Oh,
that I
on
don't
Holly's
believe those
part?
things. Yeah, not that I don't think those things happened. I absolutely do. I just thought her finally speaking out about it was an opportunistic moment because she was no longer in the mansion, being pampered, being, Hugh's main girlfriend. And, almost seemed like she was trying to extend her 15 minutes of fame. But, I 100% believe everything she said about the place. And I've
Mm-hmm,
heard,
mm-hmm.
stories over the years about how gross it was there and all that, so I believe her. I just thought the timing was like, okay, well, all right,
Well,
all right.
some of it could have been contractual,
Very true
So
too. That's a good point.
yeah, I mean, some of these women would say, "Oh yeah, I grew up idolizing Pamela Anderson and Jenny
Mm-hmm.
McCarthy, and
Mm-hmm.
if that's your role model, well then where else you going to end up?" But
Well, all the people who are infatuated with Kim Kardashian,
oh my gosh,
who made herself publicly
yeah,
known
yeah,
through a sex videotape,
yeah,
and she's
yeah.
made a career out of it. And her mother being her
The
business
whole
manager
family,
and the whole
the whole
family. But then
family's
they all got
riding
in
on that.
exactly. I just think that it's just unnecessary and mm-mm,
Hmm,
mm-mm,
hmm.
mm-mm.
It's never what it appears to be.
No. But
Yeah.
isn't that everyone's life?
Oh yeah, exactly.
You
And
know?
and there's a meme on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something like that. It says, life isn't always what it looks like. And you see this beautiful red, luscious apple,
Mm-hmm.
and then it shows the backside and it's been bitten into and it's turning brown and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. So it's life is, what you see in other people's lives, it's probably not what you think it is. We all have good times, we all have bad times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
So
just, I'm thankful that my dog can't talk. He sees way more than
that
than I
would
let others see.
that would have been my Tasha, my Afghan hound that I had back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if she could talk, if she could have talked, wow,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm, hmm.
I hear ya.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anything else on the secrets of Playboy that you wanted to bring up, Auntie
No, it's
Joan?
just, if you're feeling kind of down about yourself, you might want to tune in and be glad that you weren't
Yes.
uh what's the word? Used and abused.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Now we're on to the part of our program where we talk about commercials that we have to talk about. Auntie Joan, what has been bugging you? Are you super excited about what? What you got?
Well, this is Auntie Mary, one of my cousins, one of your
One
friends.
of my friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
said she was surprised that we had not talked about the Lume whole body deodorant yet.
Oh, that's right. She
So,
did.
yes, yeah. So I thought, well, maybe it's time for us to bring that topic up.
Very good.
Do we need whole body deodorants?
Well, to answer that, we have a special guest with us here today.
We do.
We do. We have Hey joining us as a product user of the Lume. Hello, Hey.
Hey,
Hello, Antie Joan and Auntie. How are you both?
We're just
Groovy.
wonderful. How are you?
I am smelling fresh and unified. So, way to bring it to the streets, my ladies.
I see. You're feeling a little confident with your Lume product, are you?
I believe I am smell free with my fantastic Lume.
We'll be the
Very
judge
nice.
of that.
It is Lume, apparently, as we learn through the YouTube.
Mm.
So the commercial shows us that we don't just need to use it, or it's not limited to our underarm area.
Pits.
Pits. Okay. We can slather it in our frontal area. We can slather it up our butt crack. We can put it on our feet. We could probably even put it under our mammary zone, under our boobies.
Oh,
That was
like,
so scientific. I'm impressed.
I
didn't
was
know
like,
you had some of
mammary
those.
zone. What the hell is that? Is that
Is
where they
that
got
part of the
mammogram from?
mammogram where you squish the butt?
Yes, your mammogram.
First, I learn something new all the time.
So here's the question:
Yes.
do we need it? And is it worthwhile? Now, I went to Mama Dr. Jones, who has a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
She's wonderful. She describes all kinds of ways that the woman's body works, and she just explains everything so well. She feels that if we just took a shower, we'd be okay.
Uh-oh.
So, hey, C, what do you think about that?
Well,
Do
I
you?
don't think that's totally true because people do perspire and sweat,
Mhm.
especially in the South and in the summer. We know those
Oh.
114-degree days with humidity
Yes.
doesn't always conquer all the odor that our bodies can produce.
Now, I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm. But living here in the Colorado, where it is dry, yes, we get hot days, but we do not typically, they're mostly dry. Do you think it's still as needed in a climate such that we live in versus what you described as the 114 full humidity days?
Absolutely. Let's think about those people who love to do 14ers.
Ew,
They're
why?
gonna work up a
No,
sweat.
I'd rather not think about them.
Those
Oh, you mean exercise.
those people like to go to the gym every day.
Okay,
Oh.
so here's what Mama Dr. Jones says. Okay. She's a gynecologist. And she said that in all her years as a gynecologist and examining women, there's only been a couple times where there has been a really special odor that needed looking to. And in those cases, it was usually a medical condition.
To Hasey's point, how many people do you know go to a gynecologist without showering first and go directly from showering to the gynecologist?
When I would go to the gynecologist, I would shower in the morning before I went to work. Now, granted, I had a desk job. I wasn't out there, working construction or anything, but it would be like I don't know, 5, 6, 7 hours before since I had a shower before I went. So it wasn't like I was pure and fresh.
True, but you also weren't exerting either. So
but
I
was
think
I was sitting in a chair
you're
without any
saying the stench
circulation.
was just
No,
accumulating.
not me. No, not me. But if it would
Did you have those
accumulate,
little fume lines coming up from your crotchal area?
My goodness, here we go. I believe that those people who are of a origin of female persuasion would say that sometimes particular hormonal imbalances do create opportunities for odor. It just is. And it happens to all of us. And those that are new in the perimenopausal stages will come to realize that it creeps up on you by, takes you by quite surprise.
Oh, it does.
All of a sudden you might be sitting there and you're like, is that me? Is that what? And it's just a hormonal imbalance. Something is going on. It can be from stress. It can be from, I don't know how other ways to say it, but I believe the gynecologist is correct, right? She has seen patients. She has her doctorate. I obviously do not, but I also feel as a user of Lume, I think there are times where there's just opportunity to use it because an odor has crept upon us.
I will also tag on to that I had a gas leak at my house, at my old house, and I had
Glad you qualified it was your house.
It's true, a real natural gas leak.
Too. They tell you Lume can.
My natural gases are quite the leak.
But I had somebody come over from the gas company, and he could not smell what I smelled. And I think it's because he smells gas on a daily basis in the job that he has, i.e. the gynecologist spends a lot of time with hooches in front of her face and becomes a little desensitized
She's
to
a trained
odors.
Professional. She's a trained professional.
So is this guy. I mean, that was his profession. He just could not smell the gas. Now, it was outside, and so it could have been that the wind was not blowing in the right direction, whatever it was. But he ran the test, and he said there was nothing. But I know I smelled a gas leak for sure. But he just could not.
Part of the training, part of the
Mm-hmm.
training of being a doctor is to learn smells, to observe smells, to know what they indicate.
When was your last training as becoming a doctor?
I saw it on the TV.
I see.
So
it must be true.
No, but like,
Let's talk about the Lume commercials. Are we liking them? Was the initial introduction to Lume? We like the commercials. We don't agree with the commercials. We feel it's false advertising. How are you feeling about that, Auntie
What's that
Joan?
got to do with anything? I think it's a bit much. I mean, at my age, I went through my whole life without, worrying about my butt crack smell or whatever. And if I showered every day, I felt I would use deodorant, body, armpit deodorant. But no,
Now, I would think maybe those from Woodstock or going to Coachella, they might like this Lume product to help freshen up the different
areas. They would never use it. They're like the French.
You gotta have that musky smell to attract your mates.
The pheromones.
Yeah.
I have only used the deodorant. I've used the deodorant stick and the deodorant cream. I prefer the deodorant cream. And my conversation when I was invited to join and using the cream is because during when Perry was visiting me, perimenopausal, she would help leave a little stain underneath my pits and my shirts and things. I don't know what the ingredient was in normal deodorants. Lume doesn't do that for me. So I don't have to, worry in the middle of the day, you're going to see this big ring, if I'm running around in Vegas doing an event.
So that helped you with that.
It really did. I do not have that issue using Lume versus other products. The only other deodorant I can use that's in the stores would be Dove, but I can't use a Secret or Degree or those other products because it just, I don't feel like I'm dripping with sweat under my pits, but you warm up and you feel a little starting to stick a little bit. I don't have that issue with Lume. I haven't used it in my cracks past my pit.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought we were going to get some juicy stuff.
Like the doctor said, the YouTube doctor that we were looking at, and I'm sorry, I'm not recalling the name, there are only certain things that should go internally in the lower regions.
She missed tongue.
She did.
When she was talking about, And she started listing off.
A tampon.
I was yelling at the screen.
birth
You missed
control,
tongue. You missed
lube.
tongue.
Yes,
I'd like to
Anywho, I'm not
apologize.
comfortable doing that.
I think I made Auntie Joan blush.
I'd like to apologize to my family and friends that are tuning in.
Truly. Yeah. I don't use it for those reasons.
Well,
But
one of the things she said too was, hey, of course she was talking about the vaginal area, and she said, if it doesn't have a fragrance, you're probably not going to hurt anything if you use it down there. But when you talk about how, things change, there once was a time where women were strongly encouraged to douche because of odor and stuff down there. And then that has been hoo-hooed by medical professionals.
I do like Lume's take on that and said you have enough douches in your life.
I do like that.
That was awesome.
I also like the yoga poses they strike in the commercial.
Oh, yeah.
They do a very good job at marketing.
They do.
Yes, they
really do.
Agreed. But I do, what the doctor from YouTube,
Mama Dr. Jones.
Mama Dr. Jones. I do have to agree with her point that the person who is also a gynecologist, who created Lume, did so because of all of the misdiagnoses of vaginal smells or odors that were where she was saying that she didn't believe, that there was too many misdiagnoses. Her thing was to create a product versus educating and trying to bring the misdiagnoses to the forefront. It basically is saying, is this product really necessary, or are people just getting misdiagnosed for things? So I thought that was a compelling argument.
I think she's very good.
Yeah. When you shared that, Auntie, I was of the mind, one, we don't know what research she did or what knowledge she had prior to creating the product, or her research. But two, it was a solution of, instead of ingesting something, another pill, another supplement.
Antibiotics is what was getting prescribed.
Let's do something externally that doesn't impact your internal systems to help keep us healthy. So I do like that solution versus having to go to the doctor, pay another $150 if that's probably on the cheap side with insurance.
How much does Lume cost?
Well,
roughly,
if you're $7 per stick, but you get them in like 3-pack or 10-pack, 5-pack. They run specials all the time. I get emails, and I always like to keep a stash when they run their specials. So yeah, it's my go-to. It just works for me. I know it might be a little bit on the expensive side, obviously, at $7 or $8, but you could also get the body wipes, which I know some people are fans of, or a cream or whatever. It's interesting. I was sharing that I was doing an event last year in Vegas in July because it's the cheap time to go to Vegas in 114-degree heat. I'm standing in a reception, and a colleague stood next to me. She goes, "You smell so lovely." And I hadn't put perfume on. I don't travel with my perfume because you're in different situations. I want to respect other people's senses, not set off migraines, things like that. For me, that's an issue. And she's standing there. She goes, "You smell so good." And I'm like, "It's my deodorant." It's the Powder Fresh from Lume.
See, if that was me, I would have said, "Well, I just farted. Thank you."
That's right. That would have been my response as well.
No, I thought when Auntie mentioned that you wanted to, or you were invited to join this discussion, I thought maybe you were using it in many areas. No, just the basic. Yeah,
I'm not that adventurous. I'm on the prim side.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Oh yeah.
No.
No, I just use it for the deodorant.
And I had another friend who, said she never stank either, but she does like Lume because it has no harsh chemicals and that, she's only used it on her underarms and feet. She has used it on her feet
Yeah,
as
I've heard
well.
that. Yep.
She
And
likes.
we do know people can get stinky feet.
Yeah. And she, says she likes the convenience because you can just get it at Target.
I think that's relatively new.
Yeah.
Within the last 6 months that they're actually putting it in retail stores.
She
Really?
said, because before I thought it was only an online or Amazon thing, but no, she says you can get it, at least where she is, you can get it at Target. But she did say there's a new product called Carpe that's out there. She said, I guess that one is being sold in Walmart, but she hasn't found it yet. Supposedly have more fragrances, and there's a whole YouTube little thing out there that'll tell you the differences between Carpe and Lume and all that. But she's interested to try it. But she does, not that she's disappointed with Lume in any way. She's not. She does like it. She was really mad because a couple of her family members, she had given it to them for Christmas or stocking stuff or whatever. They didn't like it or tried it once, didn't like it, and threw it out. She's like, they threw it out. Can you believe they threw it out? She's like, I would have taken
The
that
Lume,
back.
the Lume or
The Lume.
the Carpe?
Lume.
Oh,
So she was all agitated by that. And I thought that was pretty funny.
At first,
But
the cream stick is a little bit different. You have to get used to it.
yeah, she did say that she did an actual test for the 72 hours because she had a little stretch of no work. And she said it does work. It does
How did
last for 72 hours. She didn't shower for 72 hours.
no, but where did she smell?
What do you mean?
Where did she smell to know that it worked for 72 hours?
Well, where she
Just
put
her
it,
pits in her feet? Oh,
Yeah.
she didn't check the other areas. Oh,
No.
okay.
So yeah, sounds like users are excited about the product and like the product. Those of us who are not users just like to make fun of the product and pick it apart. But sounds like
And I'm probably a user because I don't go out much, so not showering for 72
I'm
hours
just stuck
is
in my
no big
ways. I've been
deal.
using my Secret forever, and it seems to work for me. As far as I know, nobody's told me it hasn't. So, for what I can tell, it is.
Well,
Finally, you got confessions now, do you? All right. Hey, C, anything else you wanted to add, or you think you got your perspective across, or anything you wanted to bring up?
Not that I'm thinking of, but let me hear. Let me think about it some more.
okay,
Yeah.
while you're doing that, I did see that Dove also has a all body deodorant now too.
I think a lot of them are coming out with it now. Lume kind of paved the path for others to give it a whoop.
But
and-
have they really done that? Because you have the sprays, you have the soaps, you have the body washes. You're saying Dove is coming out with one thing that you can just use all over versus the
That's
several
what it
different
looks
products.
like. I think it said whole body deodorant or something like that.
I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, they'll all jump on the bandwagon and you'll figure out which one's the better one. But Lume definitely, was a trailblazer.
Yeah.
Planting seeds.
Watermelon seeds.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you, Hasey, for joining us today. We certainly
Yeah,
appreciate your
thanks.
time and your perspective.
And it was nice seeing you again.
It's great being here. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so glad I could give my insights and my perspective on Lume.
Well, we
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
you.
I will be
and-
sure you to watch your post office boxes because I will be sending a Lume gift.
Oh my God.
And
Do you
try
work
it.
for Lume?
And Lume, if you're listening, by all means, give me a shout.
Yes, do.
I'll increase my usage in my various bits and parts.
Looking forward to us all getting together at Hamburger Mary's sometime soon as the weather
Yes, we
starts to
have
get better.
do that.
Absolutely. That, or I would happily join the bingo revolution happening here in the local area.
Oh, yes, yes, Auntie
Oh.
Joan. Hasey would love to join us for some bingo action.
And just our luck, she'd probably win everything.
I know. And then we'd be curses.
I'm sorry. Were you guys part of that episode 2 or 3 where luck be a lady? I can teach it. I just don't necessarily always win it.
Roulette.
Roulette.
Yes,
I was so impressed.
me too.
Did you win anything?
And I was
I
just
did,
laughing.
but not like
and
not like
laughing and
Auntie.
laughing. I just laughed the whole time because I knew not what I was doing at all.
She even had a party foul. She spilled her drink.
I did
And
spill my
she won.
drink. and I won. It's true. I had it all over me. I had it all over the table. It was fantastic. It was
Oh,
a good,
now you didn't
good
tell us
times.
about that.
Good times.
Good times. Good times.
All right.
All right.
Auntie.
Well, thank you so much, Hasey. We'll see you soon.
Awesome. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye now.
All right. Well, that was fun having a guest on. We've never done that before, so that was fun.
And I think Hasey makes a great guest.
I think she does. I'm sure we'll invite her back. She is a marketer extraordinaire, so we will likely have her come back on and maybe give us some tips and tricks on how to market things, but we'll see how we go.
We could use that.
We definitely could use that. We don't know what we're doing, but that's okay. We learn. We learn as we go. All right, Auntie Joan, anything else you wanted to talk about today?
I don't think so. I think I'm done with all my excitement.
Well, then, we thank you all for listening as always. And this is Auntie signing off.
And Antie Joan.
We hope you have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. We thank you for listening. And remember, when life eats away at your core, make pickled watermelon rinds.